Totally ridiculous. Okay, we now move to the stunning 3-strand, gorgeous pink. I mean, that is the color of a rose right there, 18-inch necklace. It's not one strand, it's all three, just to be super clear. Event price, right there at $100.99, and it's 5 monthly payments, 6 with the HSN card. Do you see all that striation that's in the coral? That's all natural. That is part of the innate nature of that coral. And there are 475 available. Thanks for the reviews. We read every single one of them, so thank you for making it a customer pick. I don't blame you a bit. Okay, I know there's got to be a great story about this, Jay.
Well, you know, just on any coral rough that you get, and then what we did is we always try to utilize the rough the best we could. When we got this rough, it didn't come in really big, big pieces. So I couldn't really do anything, you know, like a big freeform with it. So we cut it for yield, and I wanted to pre-layer this, and we get a lot of requests for this in coral. And here again, not to sound like a broken record, which my mom says I do, but with coral, in the not too distant future, you won't see it. It won't be available. It's already getting almost to that point. You know, it's amazing. You know, I'm always like thinking, okay, I'm probably not going to see any more, and then we'll run into, you know, to more rough, but it doesn't come in, and it's real limited on what you can get as far as quantity, and also the natural colors of coral and stuff are pretty much out the door right now. You definitely don't see. At one time we did black coral, natural black coral, gold coral, blue coral, yellow coral, angel skin, salmon, peppermint.
There were all kinds
we
of
did all
colors.
kinds of different corals, and those were all natural corals, especially like blue. You know, and here's the thing with coral, sad but true. I know where there's 5,000 pounds of the most amazing blue coral that I've ever seen.
What?
5,000 pounds of it.
Blue? Blue
coral. I've known about it for 10 years. I've been to it numerous times and seen it, but they don't have the CITES permits.
Oh.
It was. It's not. They can't prove it was legally harvested.
Oh.
Okay, so absolutely, there's nothing that you could do with that material. I don't know if there's no way to import it into the United States whatsoever, and it's a shame. But I guess my point that I'm trying to make is, you don't just wake up one day and say, you know what, I decided I'm going to go in the coral business.
Right.
It just doesn't work like that. You have to be grandfathered into it. It's very strictly controlled. Depending on the species of the coral, you could have to have up to 5 different permits and licenses to be able to bring it in. Some corals, that's not the case. But here again, you see less and less and less of the rough, and it's not something that they're getting more and more material every day.
Final quantity. We are thrilled that you're here and that you found this. People who bought this previously did enjoy that $139, which is great, and made it a customer pick. You're able to get it today. 3 strands, so I just want to show that to you again. That's $33 a strand if you think about it, plus the sterling silver. We're at $99 for this event. So when they're gone, not happening again. This is a particularly pretty color of this coral. You know, they say when things are a coral color, right? No, that's what they're talking about. And plus, not only, it's also pinkish. So you've got the pink, it really does look like a rose petal. It's one of those, if you know what the Sonia rose is, if you're into botanicals at all, it reminds me of that. But there's a brightness to this at the same time. So try it on. Find out what Jay King is up to and why he's been your personal jeweler here at HSN for over 20 years. No one else is doing this. You have access today with the extra flex payment. Everything from Jay, go to hsn.com and see, is on 5 flex payments today. So please, if you've had your eye on something, you wanted to grab a piece of turquoise for your December birthday, now is the time. And this is going to be gorgeous with gray right now. Then come summertime,